At the beginning of 2013, my research on the value of wine education got the attention of the American Association of Wine Economists, who selected the paper and presented it on their website. Having just started a wine business school, gaining insights on wine education was aligned with our core business. What we found was interesting. We decided then to hit the road and share our findings to get recognition from our peers. This picture here is my first presentation, June of 2013 in Ontario, Canada at Brock University for the Association of Wine Business Research. It got followed by a presentation for the American Association of Wine Economists at the University of Stellenbosch in South Africa. The surroundings in South Africa. The research paper developed a momentum of its own and got noticed in other parts of the world. In January 2014, the Observatorio Vitivinicolo Argentino talked about it under the title Estudio sobre el impacto de los cursos de vinos en la percepción del consumidor. A few months later, we got invited to make a presentation in France, in Lyon, for the European Association of Wine Economists. If you watched episode 1 of our videos, you may think that I was simply returning to the source, where it all started 20 years before. And with wine education being the main topic, I reached out to the Wine and Spirit Education Trust and sent a PDF of the paper to the CEO Ian Harris, pictured here to my right. Ian wrote back, "It is an excellent piece of work." I kept the email. Education was not the only topic for us. We were interested as well by ecology-related issues. Summer of 2014, I presented a paper to the Academy of Wine Business Research in Geisenheim, Germany. The title is a bit of a mouthful and reads as follows: Extrinsic Wine Attributes, Importance on Canadian Consumers' Purchase Decisions for Environmentally Sustainable Wines. This is the gala dinner at Schloss Wohlrad at the end of the Geisenheim conference. Then Kedge Business School asked me to go to Napa, California and teach a class to the Kedge Global MBA students about wine and spirits economics in the Canadian market. Later on, in 2015, I returned to California. Not to Napa, but to Sonoma this time, for a second presentation on the Canadian market. Every provincial market for alcoholic beverages were shown with this kind of graphs. This is an example of trends by category in the Ontario market. But let's go back to 2014. Something more happened to our school that year. I started a superb 6 years collaboration on a joint project with Kedge Business Bordeaux and UBC, the University of British Columbia. It is called the Wine Leaders Forum. The forum is a yearly recurrent event dedicated to British Columbia wine producers. This picture shows the book of the second edition in 2015. In that context, my mandate was to organize and conduct wine tastings, work on the pairings with a chef, and to present themed workshops on the search for quality and identity. Here are some of the wines we would study in a session. More samples, more styles. This is the Terroir Workshop. What is interesting here is the people attending. They are all vineyard owners in British Columbia. Those are samples from another year. All in all, the seminar happened 6 years in a row and stopped in 2020. And there was an Italian non-Kedge offshoot. I gave a Canadian market presentation to a B2B conference, this time focusing only on Quebec and Ontario. This picture was taken in Verona on December 2015. In 2015, the Italian wine world entered big time in the storyboard of our school. Somebody close to the Vin Italy organization found one of our research papers online, looked me up, and I received in January an invitation to study Italian native wine grapes and become ambassador for Italian wines. This has set the wheels in motion, which led to 15 different Italian trips between 2015 and 2020. In 2016, it was the 50th anniversary of Vin Italy. For the occasion, there was a historic gala dinner in a glass house right in the middle of the almost 2,000 years old Verona Arena. I took this picture from the stage. The Arena is famous around the world for its opera productions. No opera that night though, just Michelin stars cuisine, a dramatic decor, and Italian wines doing the singing in the glasses. The menu for the occasion was created by 2 Michelin stars chef Carlo Cracco. During Vin Italy, they organized a wine competition called Cinque Stelle, 5 stars wines. This was our judging committee, composed of 1 MS, 2 MWs, 1 wine MBA, and an Italian enologist. My spot. After the competition, we went to taste with the producers. Here we were at the Inama stand. At the forefront, left to right, are Stefano Inama, behind the counter, Ian D'Agata, author of an important book about Italian grapes, Jean-Claude Berrouet of Petrus fame, and me. Summer of 2016, I went back to Bordeaux to present a new paper for the American Association of Wine Economists. The conference was held at the Bordeaux Montesquieu University. The title of the paper is another mouthful and reads as follows: Importance of eco-logo and closure types on consumers' expectations, price perception, and willingness to purchase wines in Canada. It was well received, and it became our second paper to be promoted by the American Association of Wine Economists. Plus, the cherry on top, something very nice happened. While I was in Bordeaux, I received a kind invitation from Jean-Claude Berrouet to meet him at Petrus. We tasted this sample. Indeed, a first-class wine.